This week on The Splash, we visit a royal garden party. Then we see how the Chamber of Commerce is helping businesses. And later, we learn about Safe Talk. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash. Welcome to The Splash. I'm your host, Sheena Monin, and as always, thank you for joining us. Royalty visited our community recently with the Royal Garden Party. We sent reporter Lawrence Nyland to find out more.
When they were looking for just the right person to shoot an event featuring Cinderella, I said, hey, I got this.
It's elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, touch your heart, and blow a kiss.
The Princess Wave was just one of the many lessons learned at the first ever Royal Garden Party held in Keego Harbor. The event, which brought out budding young princesses from all over the area, was the invention of the Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation Commission.
Actually, we're trying to find other events for kids in the area. What could moms do, parents do with their kids this summer? And I have a niece that runs around in a princess dress. What could get her here? So let's find a way to do this.
The day featured a lot of activities which made all in attendance feel like royalty.
When Cinderella came, the eyes just lit up. The face painting's huge. Almost every little girl has some sort of butterfly or flower on their face. I think all around they're enjoying every part.
While there were a lot of local residents at the Royal Garden Party, it also attracted many first-time visitors to Keego Harbor.
No, this is our first time out here, and I understand this was the first Princess Party that Keego Harbor had. So we thank them, and we'll return for their second one next year.
It's my first time, and we'll be back again. It was really good. I think it was well organized, and everybody did a really nice job.
And as you can probably tell, literally the shining star of the day was the head honcho of princesses herself, Cinderella.
I think we expected it, but we did not expect the level of fabulousness. It was the best. She was the best Cinderella. She was the Cinderella. And it was super great to have her out here.
I just take any opportunity that I can to see children and see them smile, give hugs. It's my favorite.
And Cinderella didn't just come to give out hugs. She also shared her years of princessing knowledge with her new friends.
Some of our favorite lessons to teach are, of course, just kindness, because I always say, have courage and be kind. So I think that's one of my favorite lessons to share. I think having all the girls be good friends to each other teaches them how to have a princess sisterhood that's unbreakable. And I also love to show girls that you can always have faith in your dreams.
Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, touch your heart, blow a kiss. Take that, Prince Charming. Reporting for The Splash, this is Lawrence Nyland.
To find out more, you can visit civiccentertv.com/Royal Garden Party. The Chamber of Commerce is known for helping businesses. Recently, they used a new approach as part of their big program. Splash reporter Shannon Line has those details.
While the hustle and bustle of the work week may be stressful for some, the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce presents a way to help people slow down, relax, and focus more on their day-to-day lives. The Chamber of Commerce brought a meditation coach as a part of their Business Innovation Generator meetings, discussing different ways that meditation can help out in their day-to-day lives.
It helps them to live more conscious lives, makes them aware of their tendency to engage with thoughts. It can help with anxiety, helps with focus, and really helps with creativity as well.
In recent years, studies have shown the increase in productivity in the workplace due to meditation, and West Bloomfield is providing the opportunity for the Chamber to learn the practice.
Well, I think two different things. One is give educational tools to implement your own personal practice at home. Businesses are starting to actually implement like lunch break meditations. There are companies out there that come do 10-minute meditations. I think creating a room in a business where people can go for the break and meditate on their own is a great start. It slows them down. It makes them more aware of when thoughts get in the way. It helps their performance in that they can focus on one task rather than attempting to multitask on the millions of different thoughts they have at that one period in time.
Creating the time and space during the day to allow for meditation has proven several benefits for businesses and individuals themselves.
The companies that are doing it are numerous now. I think we're finding that it's increasing performance, not because it necessarily makes you a better performer, but it clears your mind to make your mind more able to focus on that one task at a time. So it's not that it's better for certain businesses, it's just better to make humans more human, and that now we're not tending to the million different things that are happening, but rather if there's a task at hand, you can do it better because you have more space to think about it.
For more information on Business Innovation Generator meetings, you can visit westbloomfield.com. Here in West Bloomfield Township, I'm Shannon Line reporting for The Splash.
For more information, feel free to stop by our website at civiccentertv.com/bigmeditation. Still to come, we learn about Safe Talk, and then we take a look at a new episode of Sidewalk Talk.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Sheena Monin. Helping people who are hurting or struggling with thoughts of self-harm is a huge responsibility. Thankfully, our community offers training to help us keep each other safe. Reporter Tyler Kieft has the story.
In West Bloomfield Township, one local organization is doing its part to break the stigma and educate the community on preventing suicide. In partnership with Living Works, Jewish Family Service is holding seminars led by mental health professionals to educate the community on the preventative strategies of Safe Talk.
So Safe Talk is a program of Living Works, and it is a suicide alertness program allowing community members to come and learn about ways that they can identify someone that is having thoughts of suicide and learn the resources in the community that they could then connect them to so that they could help keep them safe.
Among the key factors of Safe Talk is developing an awareness of how people around us are feeling and taking action to help these fellow community members get the help that they need to get through the tough times in their life.
We encourage that through the program. It teaches skills that we are able to recognize how someone is trying to tell us that they are having thoughts of suicide, and encourage us as community members to reach out and directly ask them about whether or not they're having thoughts of suicide. So it really tries to peel away some of the stigma and the reasons why people are hesitant to ask someone about thoughts of suicide, and really then feel comfortable so that I myself could reach out to someone instead of waiting just for them to come to me, because there's so much stigma and taboo that someone who's having thoughts of suicide isn't necessarily going to willingly open up. They need to know that you are a safe person to talk to, and so this course would teach some of those things and skills that then you feel comfortable asking someone that you care about if they are indeed having thoughts of suicide.
Breaking apart the taboo of mental health issues has proven to be highly effective, and the results of trainings such as Safe Talk are showing to be excellent deterrents to the tragedies of suicide.
We're seeing more people be willing to actually talk about it. You know, I was just talking with a coworker yesterday that even here at Jewish Family Service that we seem to be seeing more people who are having thoughts of suicide. And I don't necessarily think that we're seeing an increase of the actual people. I think that we as a community and as staff here at JFS through all of our trainings are becoming more comfortable talking about it. And when we take comfort in talking about it, it lets you who's sitting across from us, who's having the thoughts of suicide, know that we're a safe place to talk to. And that's just so key. And so that's why we do these trainings for anyone in the community, because the more that we sort of demonstrate that I would be a safe person to talk to, you would be a safe person to talk to, you're going to get people talking and sharing their feelings, because whether or not I ask you about your thoughts of suicide, you could be having them.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, please call the National Suicide Hotline immediately. From Jewish Family Service in West Bloomfield, I'm Tyler Kieft, reporting for The Splash.
For more information on this session, you can visit civiccentertv.com/safetalk. Now it's time for another episode of Sidewalk Talk, where Samana Sheikh spoke to Greater West Bloomfield residents to find out their thoughts on a new topic.
My favorite part of the day is unwinding and going to sleep. What about you? What's your favorite part of the day?
Just any time spending with my daughter. I'm on maternity leave, just had a 2-month-old, or just had a baby. She's 2 months old, so just hanging out with her all day.
That's so sweet. My sister has 2 twin boys that were born 9 months ago, and I love babies. They're so adorable. What's her name?
Isabel.
Aw.
The best part of my day, actually, I'm here 5 days a week here at Zoe's. I've been here 11 years, and the best part of my day is actually just interacting with the people.
Nice. So that's the best part, like just seeing how people are doing and just getting to them on an emotional level?
That would be correct, definitely.
I like the mornings. I'm a morning person, and I usually get up and work out every morning. So that's the best part of my day.
You're way healthier than me. I drink 2 cups of coffee and I work.
Well, you still have to work. I'm retired.
Awesome.
The best part of my day is getting up, being thankful to God for waking me up. That's the best part of my day. And I like to, I've done this a couple of years ago, but I started walking in the morning, and that kind of gets me up and going. I do power walk, and then I do it with a friend, and we have like a lot of business conversations, and just like, it's kind of motivating and uplifting.
What's the best part of your day?
I just had brunch with my mom.
Aw, that's so sweet. How often do you see your mom?
About once a week or 2 weeks.
That's really sweet.
Best part of my day, probably the morning.
And why is that?
Because I get up, I work out, I get to train, but most importantly, prayer.
Probably getting up on this side of the ground is a good thing.
Thought-provoking answers, West Bloomfield. Tune in next week on another episode of Sidewalk Talk.
If you'd like to see some of our other fun and interesting questions on the show, you can do so anytime and anywhere by visiting our website at civiccentertv.com/sidewalktalk. Now it's time for our Civic Center event update, where we provide you with all the latest that's happening around Greater West Bloomfield. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all of the following current events yourself, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. Let's get started. Roosevelt Elementary School is offering free nutritious meals for children up to age 18 as part of the summer food service program. If you or someone you know could benefit from a free breakfast and lunch, stop by Roosevelt Elementary School. No questions asked for a free meal. Free meals for kids are happening now through August 24th, Monday through Friday at 8:45 a.m. until 9:45 a.m. and then again from 11:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. No registration is required, and you can stop by anytime during the breakfast serving or the lunch serving. On Wednesday, August 8th from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m., stop by Bosco's Coffee and Kitchen in Keego Harbor for Chat with the Chief. This is your opportunity to meet the Chief of Police and to share your thoughts, questions, concerns, or even compliments about the Keego Harbor Police Department or police work in general with Chief John Fitzgerald. Come join other members of the community for this special chance to get to know our local law enforcement. For more information, you can contact Chief Fitzgerald at 248-682-3030, extension 113. If you are curious about the health of your brain, then come to the Jewish Family Service off of Maple Road on August 8th from 1 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. for the Brain Health Through Movement educational course. A physical therapist and an occupational therapist will be on hand to discuss the relationship between physical strength, the environment around us, and its impact on brain health. You'll be guided through a series of fun exercises that promote healthy movement patterns to increase the health of your brain. This course is free For more information, contact Jody Fernandez at 248-592-2671. If you are a fan of jazz music, then the Jazz on the Patio event might interest you. This recurring event has its next installment on August 10th at Henry's Cafe in the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Come enjoy a specially prepared lunch and listen to the professional smooth sounds of various jazz bands. Playing on August 10th is the Motor City Quartet, whose music combines classic jazz with blues. For more information on this free event, you can contact Kelsey Bray at 248-325-0825. If vintage cars are a hobby of yours, or if you've always been curious about older vehicles, then stop by the Orchard Lake Museum on August 12th between 1 and 4 p.m. for an up-close look at a special exhibit. If you own a vintage car, feel free to drive it to the museum and park in the parking lot so others can see the craftsmanship up close. This event is free and features an exhibit about early entrepreneur Walter Flanders, who spent his summers here in West Bloomfield. For more information, contact Gina Gregory at 248-757-2451. Food Truck Tuesday is sure to please the entire family. Whether you live or work near the West Bloomfield Township Civic Center Plaza, you'll enjoy tasting the delicious offerings of truck shuka and goat cheese on site August 14th from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. Chairs and tables will be provided. Come meet local township officials and employees in a casual, friendly environment. Bring your friends and enjoy a break from the office for this recurring event. Coming up on August 15th, the West Bloomfield Township Public Library is having a heartwarming event called Read to a Dog. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to interact with a trained professional service dog, now is your chance to find out. Children in kindergarten up to 5th grade can come to the library between 7 and 8 p.m. to read a book out loud to a therapy dog in a comfortable, relaxed environment. The dog's trainers as well as library staff will be on hand to ensure the interactions are positive and fun for all involved. This event is free and no registration is required. For more information, you can contact the Library Youth Services Desk at 248-232-2250. And that's all for now. However, if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar. Or watch us here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. As we head into the break, stay tuned because afterwards I'll be talking with Eldred McKinney, West Bloomfield alum and creator of DogZam.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV is your home for everything Greater West Bloomfield. Here you can tune into community programming such as our weekly news magazine show, The Splash, as well as coverage of local events and meetings in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. You can also watch all of your local programming online anytime at civiccentertv.com. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Sheena Monin, and here with me on the show this week is Eldred McKinney, West Bloomfield High School alum and creator of DogZam. Eldred, thanks for being with us today.
Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm really excited because I have a little pug dog, and based on DogZam, I imagine we're going to be talking about all things dogs. So tell me, what is DogZam?
So DogZam is an app that allows the user to identify dog breeds by taking a picture.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's just very succinct right there. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, I take a photo of a dog. Like if I'm walking down the street and I see a dog, I can go click, click, take a picture, and then the app will identify certain
breeds of
ear
dogs.
size, snout.
So-
Like, how does that work?
So pretty much what it'll do, it recognizes different facial feature, fur of the animal. and then it uses that to determine what dog breed it is. So I like to say it's almost like Shazam, but for dogs.
Oh, Dogzam. Nice. Good. So when it comes to like a mixed breed, it'll just identify some of the main features.
Yeah. So
and then
like,
give you an idea.
Yep. So some of the main characteristics of the animal, of the dog, and then it will try to make the best guess it can on, you know, which breed is more dominant. So like we were at the store and a lady had a Labrador golden retriever mix. So I was like, hey, can I dog examine your dog? She said, yeah. So we dog examined her dog, and then it came up Labrador retriever. So cool. So it does do some mixes like on target. Some mixes, whichever breed is more dominant. Yeah, cool. That's the one it'll identify to.
Nice. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to get in front of my dog. I'm going to say, I'm going to dog exam you right now. She's going to say, okay, if there's food involved, that's fine. That's cool. So this is a really unique and novel idea. How did you come up with something so cool?
Yeah, so it actually was an inspiration from my daughter. So I have a little 6-year-old daughter, and she likes to ask, like, pretty much like every time she sees a dog, Daddy, what type of dog that is? You know, what is that animal? And so I was working on creating the app, and I was just like, man, it would be cool if there was something that was like similar to Shazam, but like that you can use on dogs, where you just take a photo or something like that. And so I started, you know, working on it, and then saw that it worked on a few different dog breeds, and I trained it to recognize even more. And then from there, it was able to take off.
Very cool. So do you guys have a dog yourselves?
No, actually, we have a bunny. So when I originally made it, I did it on our bunny to see if it recognizes like bunnies or sharks or things like that, and it can recognize other.
From a bunny to a shark. Okay,
yeah,
that's extreme.
And it can recognize other animals, but I trained it specifically after that to target specifically the dogs. Because you know, I thought about like, well, how many times are you walking down the street and you wonder like what type of dog that is? And so I was like, wow. Dog exam. Now you can dog exam it.
I love it. Very nice. So you are a West Bloomfield High School graduate.
Yes.
And I'm curious to know, how did going through the local school system and being here part of the community, how did that help prepare you mentally to start getting involved in these apps and develop something so awesome?
So yeah, sort of like you said, you know, I did grow up in the West Bloomfield area. I was raised by my aunt and uncle, Charles and Pearl Walker, after my parents passed away when I was 12. So it really did have an impact, like from the teachers to the students I was surrounded with, that helped shape me and help, you know, put that inspiration to want to be an entrepreneur, to want to be my own business owner. Because you probably seen yourself, a lot of people here are their own business owner, whether they own their own doctor practice or lawyer, you know, law firm. You know, and that, I would say, definitely inspired me to want to make sure that I was able to carry on that West Bloomfield tradition of being a business owner.
I love it. Awesome. That's so exciting. Well, congratulations. Now, you do have some new developments coming, right, where they can use a pre-existing photo. And tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So one of the upgrades I just made for the app, you can use a pre-existing photo from your photo album. You just, all you do is click on the album button, and it'll take you to another slide. And then once you get there, you click the camera button, and then you can use any photo of your dog in your photo album, and then it can dog examine your dog that way as well.
That is so cool. So for those who are watching and they're like, wow, I want to start dog examining, where can they get this app? Where can they get some more information?
So the app is available right now on iOS devices, on the Apple App Store. Android will be coming out soon for the Google Play Store within by the end of this fall.
Great, it's exciting, and it's free, so it's a fun tool to use.
Completely free for all the users.
Nice. Well, thanks for being here, Eldred. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.
Once again, everyone, we've been speaking with Eldred McKinney, West Bloomfield High School alum and creator of Dogzam. Now let's head over to another of our recurring segments called Parenting on the Go, where I sat down with Annie Lehman to discuss parenting children with special needs. Hello, and and welcome to Parenting on the Go. I'm Sheena Monin, and joining me here today in the studio is Annie Lehman. Annie, thank you so much for stopping by. Today you're going to be talking about advocating for your special needs child. His name is Jonah. He's 34. He has severe autism, from what I understand, and he is the subject of your book, The Accidental Teacher, Life Lessons from My Silent Son. Now, thinking back to those early days, what was one of the biggest challenges as a parent that you faced?
One of the biggest challenges was not knowing what the diagnosis was, and it took us 3.5 years to learn that diagnosis. But back then, the diagnosis rate was 15 in 10,000. Today, that diagnosis rate is 1 in 68. So you can imagine that the program and the knowledge base about the disability was very, very minimal. And as a result, I had to kind of discover things on my own. In fact, there was so few books written about the subject that was one of the reasons that I ended up writing my book.
That's very admirable.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Now,
Thank you.
thinking back, again, going over the years, if you could turn back the clock, what would be one thing you might want to change or improve upon?
Well, I would say that I wish I had trusted myself a little bit more. You go into a school system and you expect the professionals to have all the answers, and they don't always have the answers. You as a parent are spending day in and day out with your child, and you're getting to know them well, and you can bring information to the table that will benefit those professionals who work with your child. And these professionals really do work hard. If anyone understood how hard these professionals worked, it was me, because I was doing it for all the hours that they weren't with him. So I made a practice of always thanking them, and I really did appreciate the hard work that they did in caring for and trying to help Jonah along the way.
Absolutely. Now, thinking about parents who may be in your situation, they're just starting out on this journey, what might you tell to them?
I would say network early. Some of my closest friends were people who were in the same situation as me in dealing with a child with autism, and no one understands your situation better than someone else who is dealing with similar challenges. And I think that some of those people can eventually become people you partner with in developing programs and in maybe establishing long-term living situations for your adult child with autism.
Wonderful. And finally, what would be one takeaway message today?
That there's no failure here. No matter what you try in trying to help your child, every parent is really doing the best they can. And in fact, when I speak to groups, sometimes parents will come over to me and ask me about diets that they have their children on or different programs that they have their children on. And I always say that whatever they are doing, it takes a lot of work, and you have to be respectful of that, and you have to realize that everyone is trying the best they can, and it's not a failure if something doesn't work. It didn't work, and that's okay. You did the best you could, and that's how you have to view it.
Wow, that's wonderful words of wisdom right there. And thank you again for stopping by and sharing this personal and very important topic to all of us.
All right, thank you.
And thank you for joining us for this episode of Parenting on the Go. If you would like to look up more helpful parenting tips, you can visit the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance website at wbyyouthassistance.org. For more episodes of Parenting on the Go, visit civiccentertv.com/parenting-to-go. Now it's time for our final segment on The Splash called Person of the Week, where we recognize those within the community who are either inspiring or providing toward others. And this week's recipient is Steve Sworen, longtime volunteer for the Friends of the West Bloomfield Public Library. Steve Sworen is no stranger to hard work, having spent over 10 years volunteering for the Friends of the West Bloomfield Public Library, doing everything from carrying boxes of gently used books from the basement of the library up to the main floor so they can be sold as part of the used book sale, to pricing and organizing the books that are donated. As the former president of the Friends of the West Bloomfield Public Library, Steve's presence in the library is crucial. He believes in keeping the library a central part of the community, supporting it any way he can. He enjoys seeing families and young adults come through the library and expand their mind through reading and other forms of media available for use. Steve appreciates the donations brought in by members of the community for the used book sale, as well as the time people spend in the library's quiet, safe space. Steve continues to give to our community with his years with the Friends of the West Bloomfield Public Library, and truly he is making a positive impact for all of us, which is why he is our Person of the Week. If you happen to know someone who is providing a service to their community, then let us know by sending an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate all of your suggestions. That's going to do it for us this week, but remember, you can watch new episodes of The Splash every Monday at 5:30 p.m. or throughout the week for replays. You can also watch every episode online at civiccentertv.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook under Civic Center TV 15, YouTube at Civic Center TV 15, and on Twitter at Civic Center TV for more information. For all of our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Sheena Monin. Thank you for watching The Splash.